Okay, I want to read out something. Of course, y'all know I'm in Georgia, so y'all know I do look up Georgia first and foremost. I'm gonna take time to look up some other states as well. But if you type these type of keywords that I'm using, you'll find the stuff in your state too. I'm revisiting this Georgia Power of Attorney, Title 10. Matter of fact, Title 10, Article 1. I'm just gonna show y'all real quick. Right here on the Just Deal website, you can type in OCGA, or you can type in Georgia and type this here now, 10-6B-3. Type that in there, you'll find what. I'm going to read this out real quick. It says that these things, the powers of attorney, say this chapter shall apply to all powers of attorney except, and these are the ones that I'm about to read off, 9 different, actually 8 of them, 8 different reasons, things that that the powers of attorneys are not supposed to apply to. Now keep in mind, powers of attorney are not supposed to give any authority, any agency, any agent power to do what they want to do. It gives them power to, it authorizes them to do something on your behalf, the principal's behalf. Okay, so just because they have a power of attorney in place doesn't mean that they're supposed to just railroad you, or they just do what they want to do. So keep that in mind when I'm reading these off, because 2 of these things are real suspect. One of them, it says, okay, I'm gonna start from the top. It says, this chapter shall apply to all powers of attorney except, one of them, it says, the power to create a form prescribed by a government or governmental division, agency, or instrumentality for a government purpose. I would really take that as being like maybe sort of like the prenatal, or maybe it could. No, I would say the prenatal form, because it says a form. It's a power created in a form prescribed by a government or government agency, subdivision, agency, instrumentality for a governmental purpose. Now, they have forms that you'll fill out when you say, if you say you're going to a hospital, which is also part of the government, because it is it's a subdivision or whatever you want to call it. It's some type of, it's owned by the government, by the state. For government purposes, for governmental purposes, that's kind of, they may use these things to try to do so, to try to usurp some type of authority. However, it does not give them authority to just do it if you don't consent to it. Keep in mind, all these things I'm naming, they all have these things don't go into effect unless you give consent to them. Okay? And everything in a power of attorney has everything to do with the principal's consent. If the principal revokes the power of attorney, it kills it all. Okay? It revokes their consent. It revokes their powers altogether. So don't get shaken by anything you hear on there if you are trying to revoke a power of attorney. If you revoked it already, the powers, this shit don't apply. So I'm about to go ahead and read them. A power to the extent it couples with the interest in a subject of power, including the power given to for the benefit of a creditor in connection to with a credit transaction, say like a car note or something like that. That's why when you do a rescission process, you have to send a revocation of power of attorney to them specifically, because they didn't get their power from the government. They got their power from whatever contract you signed with them, specifically them. A power to make healthcare decisions, including but not limited to mental healthcare decisions. Like say if you're going to see a psych ward or some type of you got a knee operation or something like that, the government ain't involved in that. Let's see, any delegation of voting, management, or similar rights related to the governance or administration of an entity or business, including but not limited to delegation of voting or management rights. Okay, that's self-explanatory. A power by a person other than an individual. Okay, that's, you pretty much already know that. A power that grants an authority, with respect to a single transaction or series of related transactions involving real estate. Say you already know. Say you're buying a house from somebody or something like that, a piece of property or land or whatever. Government ain't involved in that. That's between you and whoever you bought it from. Let's see. A power given to a transfer agent to facilitate a specific transfer or disposition of or more identified stocks, bonds, or other financial instruments. You'll already understand that. A power authorizing a financial institution or broker dealer or an employee of a financial institution or broker dealer to act as an agent for the account owner in executing trades or transfers of cash, securities, commodities, or other financial assets in a regular course of business. Y'all get that part. Here you're dealing with a broker trying to deal with some securities and stuff like that. And that's between you and that broker. You can create a power of attorney for them to be able to act on your behalf. So it just lets you know how versatile a power of attorney can be. Now, I wanted to show you all something else on here. It's about a statutory power of attorney. I wanted to go back and find something real quick. Again, I want to show you right here how complex these powers of attorney can be when you create them. This is more so describing that springing power of attorney that I've been talking about. Right here, trying to see if I can make it where y'all can see it. I know it's kind of, anyway, I'm going to bring it closer. A power of attorney shall be effective when executed unless the principal provides in the power of attorney that it becomes effective at a future date or upon the occurrence of a future event or contingency. This is the code for there. Okay, that's more so talking about the power, the springing power of attorney. Say B says if a power of attorney becomes effective upon the occurrence of a future event or contingency, the principal in the power of attorney may authorize one or more persons to determine in writing or other record that the event or contingency has occurred. See, once she has the child, that's when it can be determined. See, we're just using this that's an example of what I always refer to a woman going into pregnancy, going into labor. Sorry about that. During the pregnancy, she goes into labor about to deliver a child. A springing power of attorney can be kicked off and be put in place already. If a power of attorney becomes effective upon the principal's incapacitation and the principal has not authorized a person to determine whether the principal is incapacitated or the person authorized is unable or unwilling to make the determination, the power of attorney shall become effective upon the certification in writing or other writing by a physician. See, she going to contract with the physician before she even goes into labor, because she starts seeing a physician during the months of a pregnancy. She put the paperwork in before she even goes into labor. So she already have an agreement, a consent form put in place with the physician before any of this pops off, before you're even born. A physician or licensed psychologist determining the principal has an impairment in the ability to receive and reevaluate information and evaluate information or make or communicate decisions, even with the use of a technological assistance or an attorney at law, a judge, or an appropriate governmental official determining that the principal is missing, detained, including incarcerated in a penal system, or is outside the United States and unable to return. This is what it says right here. All of this that you see highlighted right there, those are grounds for being labeled as incapacitated. Remember when I showed y'all incapacitated right here? This is the code right here, 106B2. Incapacitated means the inability of an individual to manage property or business affairs because the individual has an impairment in the ability to receive and evaluate information or make or communicate decisions, even with the use of technological assistance, or is missing, detained, including incarceration or in penal system or outside the United States, or unable to return. That's incapacity right there. That's what they're trying to do. So the physician will make the decision. They'll make a decision if you know the judge, say attorney at law, a judge, or appropriate government official, or the physician. Any of them can make those decisions, put that power of attorney into place. Okay, so now you see, I like to show y'all where I get what I'm talking about instead of just running my mouth on videos. It's what I'm talking about. So they jump in there, and when you're in a place of the mother is in a state of incapacitation, the judge, they can have a judge or any governmental official, and the state of the physician is actually, he's employed by the state. He works for the state. Even the hospital is controlled by the state. So that is one of their facilities. So they put a power of attorney in place, in effect. And that particular type of power of attorney, I'm sure, would be a springing power of attorney. This stuff is getting really kind of simple now. Once you start finding out what's going on and what's really going, how is, what you can do to empower yourself and take your power back, and not, be so concerned about what people are able to do to you and do something on your behalf. And, it's refreshing when you start learning exactly what to do about the situation. And so I'm just gonna I just thought I'd kind of share this. There's something else I was gonna share with y'all too. Matter of fact, it is something else. It's a form I found. Hold on. See this form right here? This form right here is informed consent for maternity admission and care. I found this form right here, basically just kind of looking for it's acknowledgement of informed consent for maternity care. When a mother is she's found out she's pregnant and she wants to assign the physician some types of consent, basically consent to do what a physician does when a mother is pregnant. And right here, say I, Jane Doe, date of birth, consent for a practitioner, that's the name, or a colleague to deliver my infants at the hospital dedicated above. Okay, that's it. This is pretty much the hospital or whatever. I guess it's Tri-Health, the name of the hospital. It says the involved. Hold on. Okay, let's see. The hospitals are teaching hospitals, and resident physicians are always available to respond to emergencies and to assist my provider. So if involved, they are acting under the authority of my practitioner. The protection practitioner will be right up here. Now, it's talking about everything they're doing right here. It tell you about the risk of a childbirth, vaginal delivery, cesarean sections. I'm gonna show y'all something that's very profound, very telling actually. Induction of labor, that's where they have to induce labor. Anesthesia, talks about pain control. Circumcision of the child, she has a little boy. Now, keep on coming, keep on going, keep on going. They cover everything. Watch this right here. Tissue disposal. I agree to allow the hospital to dispose of or use for scientific or educational purposes any tissue or body parts that are taken out during my care. Okay? That's the placenta. That's all the little matter that they take out of her once the baby comes out. Okay, now I decided to go deeper and look up what it means to dispose of. Dispose of is transfer to the control of ownership of another. Dispose of, the property by will. It's like, let's see, the deal with inconclusively. Okay. That was that's fine law. Let's go deeper. I wanted another day. This one right here. This is, what's the name of this website? This is Code of Federal Regulations. You look at Dispose of. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. No, that was the wrong one. This is it right here. Law Insider. That's what I was looking for. Dispose of means the sale, transfer, license, lease, or other disposition, including any sale or and lease back transaction of any property by any person, including by sale, assignment, transfer, or other disposal, with or without recourse of any notes or accounts receivable or any rights and claims associated therein. These jokers be telling you this stuff is out here, y'all. All you got to do is read. It's telling on you. They're telling exactly what they're doing. So this document right here, the mother, whoever signed this document, whatever mother signed this document, and I'm sure there are thousands of documents out here with all these hospitals who deliver babies have something similar to this, and it's they're giving consent to the hospital, to the physician to extract that placenta and all that afterbirth out of there and use it for whatever they're going to use it for educational purposes, for scientific, whatever reasons they're doing. They're using this stuff. And we already know the placenta is worth at least $50,000 on donation. So if they securitize that thing, they create a security for that thing, and they put it on the market. They're making millions of dollars off of it throughout your entire life. You don't even know. You gave it to them. You abandoned that shit. You gave it to them. The mother gave it to them. Okay? Now, keep in mind, you do have an interest in it because it was a part of you. That's why you're able to use that Sesticate trust. That's why they can't say you can't claim it, because it was a part of you. It was literally a part of you, like connected to you. They had to literally cut the umbilical cord. The other end of that umbilical cord was the placenta. That's why you have an interest in that property. Because baby mama, I keep saying baby mama, that's so ghetto. But baby mama, she gave consent for them to take all that. However, it's your property. It was part of you. So if it was part of you, and once you reach the age of majority, you're able to take to have some enjoyment in that, because that was a part of you, and you're supposed to be able to take control of that. So it makes sense for you to be able to shut down the power of attorney that's put in place, shut down their control, and take control of it and be able to enjoy your life based on the interest that they actually got based on some property that was given away that you had interest in. Yes, your mother had interest in because it was a part of her too, but it was a part of you as well. So you both had interest in it. So she gave consent for them to take it, but you had interest in it. You have interest in it because it was connected to you. That's why they created the certificate of live birth. They put your name on it. I mean, they put a name on it, the dead version of the name, because the placenta stopped pulsating. Once it pulsates, it represents death. Civil mortuus. What was that styling? The style. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you in a second. Here I was trying to think of it, but I actually thought of it before I got a chance to type it in. Capitis diminutio maxima. That's what it means, but that's what it is, which is a Latin term. It's a Latin term. Let me see. Capitis diminutio maxima, the highest or most comprehensive loss of status. Okay, this occurs when a man's condition was changed from one of freedom to one of bondage. When he became a slave, say it's swept away with all the rights of citizenship and all family rights. See, that's when the name is all capitalized letters. That's the status you walking in there, not even knowing that you're operating as a fiction with your name style like that. They use these letters. The spelling always matters, y'all. The words that they use when they're trying to, it's word magic they're using in the courts. But it all starts. You see where it all starts from. But see, so that's why you ain't got no business walking in there acting like the Sesticate Trust. You're acting like the matter that actually, like the other side, the other part of you that died. Civilis mortuus, that's civil death. Civilis mortuus. mortuus. I said tooth. Civilis mortuus. Okay, civilis mortuus is the loss of all or almost all civil rights by a person due to a conviction of a felony or due to an act by the government of a country that results in the loss of civil rights. You ain't got no business walking and acting like something that's, that's not you. The birth certificate is the title to the placenta, not you. That's the dead side of you. That's the conclusion I come to, because that was the only part of you that has your name. That, but it's deceased. You're not deceased, but the placenta is. It stopped pulsating. So it makes sense. But you have an interest in it. That's why you're able to claim it. So anyway, I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. I like to kind of really keep pounding this stuff into people's minds so you get it, and show you more and more material to go and study. And these definitions I looked up, I got them from Black's Law Dictionary, 2nd edition. So you can go look that stuff up. Civilis mortuus, you can find that anywhere. You saw how it was spelled. If you go back and pause the video, you can find that. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here, y'all, and go to the next video. And I just want to kind of show a little more proof of what I'm talking about. So we'll see y'all in the next video. Emeralds signing out.